Let's face it, we all absolutely hate receiving cold calls and cold emails and spam emails. We hate it. It's the worst. But as SaaS founders, as SaaS business owners, when we're looking to drive growth, outbound is a necessary evil. And when done right, when you do it effectively, it is the number one engine for driving growth for your SaaS business. So in this episode, I'm going to dig into the 3 principles that you can adopt right now to actually make sure your outbound strategy is effective, doesn't piss people off, and actually helps you grow faster. Intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. I'm TK, and on this channel, I help SaaS founders like you grow your SaaS businesses faster with an unstoppable strategy. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon because I drop an episode like this with actionable strategies on growing your SaaS business 3 times a week with the TK energy. Also, if you are part of my SaaS go-to-market coaching program, if you're part of this community, welcome back. It is really great to see you over here. Now, I'll never forget the best cold call, not email, and we'll get into emails in just a second, but the principles are the same. The best cold call I ever got, I don't even know why I answered the phone, but it was on my cell phone. I was running ToutApp, I was CEO at the time, and I got this call and I just picked it up. And really quickly, it was like, I forget the guy's name. He was like, hey, this is John, let's just call him John. TK, first of all, congratulations on raising your latest round of funding. Also, congratulations on hiring a VP of sales. I specialize in hiring VPs of marketing. Is that next on your priority list? If so, can we set up a time to chat? And I literally on the phone, I'm like, I literally cannot make up an excuse to not take a meeting with this person because he's done the research. He's absolutely right. I raised a round of funding. We hired our VP of sales and we were looking at a VP of marketing next. Fun fact, we never in the lifetime of ToutApp, never had a VP of marketing. We never got to hiring one, but that's for another episode. But in that call, he was spot on. And in that call, it was the best cold call / cold email, cold outreach I ever received. And it's because of these 3 principles. He followed 3 key principles that you need to follow for every outbound email or phone call or LinkedIn DM that you do to drive outbound for your SaaS business. So if you're excited to dig into the 3 principles and understand why that was so good, even though you can probably feel that was so relevant, but how do you repeat that? How do you make sure you follow the principles to do that for your own outbound calls? If you're excited to dig into that, go ahead and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into principle number 1. So principle number 1 is it was timely, all right? Your outbound emails and phone calls need to be timely. There needs to be some sort of trigger that's internal to the company. There needs to be some macro trend that's happening, or it needs to be some sort of unique opportunity that is time bound. So it's like, hey, I had to call you right now. Now, he did the research. He knew that I raised a round of funding. That's a trigger. He knew I hired a VP of sales. That's another trigger. And he did the math and said, well, VP of marketing is probably next, logically. And he put that up front and he said, hey, this is timely because you did these 3 things. And it also shows me that he did his research right in that moment. It wasn't just some, hey, TK, you could have started the call or the email with, hey, I help recruit VPs of marketing. You may be interested. But he got a lot more specific than that. He said, you raised the funding, you got the VP of sales, you're gonna need a VP of marketing. And that's what I specialize in. I'm your guy. Let's go. Let's talk. So principle number 1 is it's gotta be timely. And by the way, I'm gonna give you the 3 principles, and then right over here, I have an example of a bad email and a recent cold email that I would give a B+, A-. By the way, it's impossible to get an A+ because it's still cold emails and everyone hates them, but B+ is as good of a grade as you can get, I think. Okay, so that's principle number 1. Principle number 2 is it needs to be personalized. You have to be specific. It has to be about me. And at the end of the day, you gotta stroke the ego a little bit. The best outbound emails find a classy way to stroke the ego. Now, I'm not talking about, everyone's gotten those really crappy LinkedIn DMs like, hey, it looks like you're doing some exciting things at blah, 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 company name. Congratulations on that, ... It's like, I call bullshit. You can call bullshit. That's bullshit. But if you are personalizing, like the fact that in that cold call, John actually knew I raised money. He knew I hired a VP of sales. That is very, very personalized, right? It's specific. It's actually stroking my ego. It's about me. And naturally, you're gonna pay a little bit more attention. So principle number 2 is it has to be personalized. I have number 3, but before I go to number 3, let me just pause here for a second. If you're starting to see how just by these 2 principles, you can actually transform your outbound emails, your outbound calls. Can I just get a yes in the comments below? Also smash that like button if you haven't already for the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you are building out your outbound strategy, if you're essentially building a go-to-market machine for your SaaS business to drive growth faster, and you want the cheat codes, you want a framework to follow, be sure to check out my SaaS go-to-market coaching program. I'll tell you more about that all the way at the end. But let's go to principle number 3. Principle number 3 is you need to have a clear call to action. A lot of times I'll get an email and they'll just be like blah, blah, word vomit, and it's like, I don't know what to do with this, so archive. A lot of times I'll get it and they'll be like, click here to book a time with me. So the important thing to understand is for a clear call to action, you also have to communicate like what's in it for the reader. What do they get if they click that button, book that call? So a lot of times I'll get like, hey, do you have time for a quick 15 minutes to chat about this? I'm like, no, I don't have 15 minutes for anything. However, if it's for something that's super important to me and I'm gonna get value from it, I will have an hour for you. I will have 30 minutes for you. 15 minutes is not worth my time for anything because it's probably gonna be a waste of time, which is why I always say, have a clear call to action and articulate what's in it for me if I take that call to action. So those are the 3 principles. Right now, we're going to dig into the example of the emails. Number 1, it needs to be timely. Number 2, it needs to be personalized. And number 3, you need to have a clear call to action. So based on these 3 principles, I'll place them right here. Here's an example of just a bad email. So I literally got this. This worked out well because I was only going to show you the good example, the great example, but I just got this as I was filming this. And so the subject was process outsourcing market, ... And I'll be honest, if it's in my inbox, I'm like, I'll click on it. I don't know why, but I'll quickly archive. I use Superhuman, so I can quickly archive it. And I looked at it, and over here it's, hello, Kondokar Cater. It's not even my first name. I don't even go by Kondokar Cater. Kondokar is, it's nothing. This is completely BS. And then it said, would you be interested in building a business website and mobile application? We're a professional web and app. It's all about them. We are this. We have 10 years. Everyone's got 10 years of experience and more. If you're interested, do let me know something about your business and contact details, and I'll provide you more information. I'm like, what do I? And also, this is from Rosa Maria, but it was from Rena. Super confusing. This is obviously bad. And I wanted to start with this because your emails are probably not this bad. This is clearly just terrible and probably just more spam than anything else. And I don't know what the economics are behind this, but it still highlights how easy it is to just hit the send button on 1,000 emails and just hope for something back. And what ends up happening is you burn your brand. In this case, it's not clear what the company is. They go to spam, their domain's gonna be burned. But at the same time, if you are sending emails like this, where it's all about you, it's not personalized, it's not timely, there's no clear call to action. I'm like, what am I interested in? I have no idea what I'm interested in. It just doesn't work, right? So now let's go into a good email. So here's the thing you gotta understand. There's gonna be lots of tactics on writing cold emails. In fact, if you search on YouTube, there's a whole bunch of people that have done videos on cold emailing, right? And they have different tactics. The strategy and the principles don't change. They need to be timely, they need to be personalized, and they need to have a clear call to action. But your job and your team's job is to come up with compelling ways to interrupt patterns. Because once a certain tactic gets overplayed, I remember there's one tactic of have you been overrun by a bear? Should I send help? I remember that was a big thing back in 2015. But enough people started using it and it stopped working. But in the beginning it worked. Those are just tactics, they're not the thing. But if you truly get personalized and truly engage, then it'll work. Then you'll interrupt their patterns because they won't recognize, oh, they're using, this email looks like 50 other cold emails I've gotten, they're using the same tactic. But if you truly engage and you truly connect with them and it looks different, then my BS radar will be down actually. I won't be like, oh my God, this is probably a cold email. I'll look at it, I'm like, oh, this looks like a real email, let me read it. And this is why a B+ is as high as of a grade as I would give to any cold email because it's impossible to get better than this, honestly. And this one was great. It interrupted my patterns. It followed all these principles, but it also interrupted my patterns. So first one, you'll notice it's 2 pages, the email. It is literally 2 pages, but this email got a response from me. And I'll explain why. It's 2 pages, but it's 2 pages of someone that put a lot of effort into writing this email. It was super personalized. So you'll notice it basically says, I don't want to use red on this one, let's use green. It basically says, greetings from Ireland. So I'll read that, I'm like, okay, cool. He introduces himself and what they do. And it sounds tangentially involved in what we're doing. So I'm like, cool, tell me more. And the reason for this is it doesn't feel or look like any cold email that I've gotten, right? He's just having a conversation with me. He's building this relationship with me. So often you'll write a cold email trying to close the deal on that first email. You're like, they're gonna read this email, they're gonna book that meeting, they're gonna be great, it's gonna be amazing. It never works that way. You gotta build a relationship, right? And so he just like, hey, this is who I am, here's what we're about. I know you're extremely busy, so I'll keep this short and sweet. He kind of lied, but I mean, I guess it's short, but but it was value. I didn't care. I'm like, cool. So then this guy, it was amazing. Like all of this is completely personalized to me. He watched, I get a lot of like DMs like, hey, congrats on the YouTube channel, that's great. They didn't watch shit. Like I know it. They're not SaaS founders. They didn't watch any of the videos. They're lying. Archive, block, delete, spam. This guy, he went in and he actually watched an actual video. He talked about he enjoyed it. He talks about why he enjoyed it. He connects it to his own journey. He talks about a very specific thing I mentioned towards the end of the video. This guy, I read this, it stroked my ego. It was specific to me, but also I'm like, I'll give this guy 5 minutes. This is awesome. Like he actually cares. And ultimately, no matter how busy we are, if there's a human that truly cares and they're looking to provide value, I'll give them 5 seconds more to read the rest of the email. And so it was like super personalized. I would say this is also timely because we're just now hitting the point in the business and the channel where we are getting a lot of partnership opportunities. And generally speaking, we don't do any sponsored posts. This is not a sponsored post. This is clearly me critiquing their cold email. But we're getting that. So it is timely because we're hitting that inflection point in the growth of the channel, thanks to you guys, honestly. So this was super personalized. Then he goes into, all right, look, here's a way for us to work together. Let me just explain what we do. And they actually add some social proof. They explain. Now, most cold emails try to say how awesome they are, like over here. And I'm already tuned out. I'm like, I don't care. But he spent some time building some trust and really stroking my ego and showing that he cares. And he's like, I'm here to just build a relationship. And he looked at all this. And then he goes in like, here's what we do. And he knows exactly how to get my attention because he said we're part of the Two Comma Club. We use ClickFunnels. I'm like, we're on the same platform. I know what Two Comma Club is. And so he explains all that. And he gives a bunch of social proofs on how they've helped their customers. And then he went in for the call to action and said, okay, this like literally, I care. Here's personalized to you. Here's why it's relevant to you. 2, here's what we do. And here's why we're legit. And 3, here's how we could work together and could be beneficial. And by the way, like he was like pretty forthcoming. Like you can tell this guy's in the long game, in the relationship game. We're going to do business together one way or another. I know it. And he basically was like, whenever works better for you, let me know. And by the way, if this really isn't a fit for you right now, just let me know and I won't follow up. Like, this is great. This is awesome. This is a human being that's actually reaching out to you. And also in here, I don't want to go into too many details, but he goes into some rebuttals. Like he literally, like you can tell he knows what's going through my head. I'm like, I don't know. So their thing is Amazon FBA. I'm like, I don't know. I have SaaS founders. They don't want to do anything with Amazon FBA. We actually have a really great founder in the go-to-market coaching program that serves that community, but like generally speaking, we don't want to talk about, we build software companies, not Amazon FBA businesses. So he totally said like, hey, by the way, you might be saying that's not for you and for your audience, but you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised why it's relevant. I can tell you more about that. And I was like, oh, okay, so he knows this. This is not a bunch of BS. This is an example. This does not look like any other cold email, but it interrupted my pattern. I looked at it, I'm like, this doesn't look like a blasted, spammy, cold email. This guy cares. He went into it. So obviously we talked. There's some emails here. And I said, hey, look, man, I'm not doing sponsored videos. I just don't do sponsored videos. We make plenty of money on our SaaS go-to-market coaching program, and that's what we're really about. But I want to use your email for my next episode because I'm talking about cold emailing. So anyway, I think I've gone long enough. I think we can close here. 3 principles for cold emails. This is the best cold call I ever got was timely, right? It was very relevant. There was a clear trigger or macro trend or unique opportunity that they were tapping into. It was personalized. They really understood me and they reached out for a very specific reason. It was a clear call to action. They asked me to do something where I knew what I would get in return. And it was the same with this guy. It was awesome. Dean over here. If you are interested in Amazon FBAs, again, this is not sponsored. I'm not endorsing it. But if you're interested in what they do, I'll link to it below so you can check it out as well. If you got value from this video, be sure to smash that like button if you haven't already. I drop a video like this 3 times a week to help you grow your SaaS business. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon. If you have a friend, a co-founder, another fellow SaaS founder, if you're part of a group, please share this video. It will mean the world to me and my team. We put a lot of effort into these videos. And also, if you are building a SaaS business and you're growing it, and you want a framework to follow to scale it faster, to build a scalable go-to-market machine, then I invite you to check out my SaaS go-to-market coaching program. Inside that coaching program, I work with you and give you the exact framework to follow to actually drive growth for your SaaS business. It pulls together a lot of the loose components that I share publicly in this YouTube videos. But inside the program, we tell you exactly what to do step by step and how to do it. So if you're interested in that, I invite you to book a strategy call with me. Just go to tkcater.com/GTM, tkcater.com/GTM. You'll get details around the program. You get a little link to book a strategy call with me. On the strategy call, we'll talk through where you are in your business and see if we can help you. You'll walk away with at least one great growth idea. And if you're a great fit, you can join my SaaS go-to-market coaching program. We also have testimonials flowing in on success stories for the program. So if you're interested in knowing more about that, book that call and I'll give you access to the testimonial videos as well, so you can check that out. I think we covered enough. We've got long enough. I want to thank you for watching this video. And remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business. But when you are with us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'm TK, and I'll see you in the next episode.